Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my special report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Women still face disparity among New Hampshire politicians. Gender gap narrows but still exists across state government. Both New Hampshire's U.S. senators and one of its two U.S. representatives are women. But there is a gender gap among politicians in the Granite State at the state level. When Phyllis was elected as a Republican to represent Derry in the early 1980s, there was no mistake which gender dominated the state house. It was primarily men. Men took over everything, she said. But things changed, honey. Jennifer of the New Hampshire Women's Foundation has studied trends in municipal and state elections in New Hampshire. It's a response, I think, for voters to frustration and the difficulty they feel with a partisan and toxic political environment, she said. Jennifer noted that in 2011, 99 or just more than 23% of Granite State's 400 elected state representatives were women. In 2019, the number of elected women grew to 135, more than 34%. Leading up to the 2018 election was really the second time in 20 years that we'd seen such an influx of women at all levels, she said. Jennifer said voters now identify candidates differently. She believes historically female candidates felt the need to downplay issues of gender or family to win an office overwhelmingly dominated by men. Now those stories are seen as a strength at the polls. Instead, they have experience on issues and problem solving in their community, and they tend to be more pragmatic about the experiences that have led them to want to use government to better publicly policy, she said. U.S. Senator Jeanne Shaheen has been instrumentally in the political landscape shifting. When I first ran for governor, there was only one other woman governor in the country, Shaheen said. Today, 3/4 of New Hampshire's congressional delegation are women. Naturally, more women are running for office, but just 25% of the U.S. Senate and less than 1/4 of the U.S. House membership are women. At the rate we're electing women, it will be 100 years before we reach parity, Shaheen said. I think that's way too long. According to the U.S. Census, more than 50% of New Hampshire's population is women. In order to field a state house that's reflective of the population, Jennifer said women have to believe they are worth of being elected. If you want more women in the legislation, like 80% of voters do, then ask the woman that you know to step up, she said. Phyllis implored more women to seek a publicly elected position. If only for the simple satisfaction of answering the call of someone in need, and to be able to connect with them, with the right people, and get them settled. That's the biggest joy in the world, she said. What more could you ask for? The New Hampshire's Women's Foundation has a program to educate and encourage women to run for public office called Women Run. It provides resources to help women campaign at all levels of government, from local school boards to state legislation. And that does it for my special report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here next time for another special report. Good night and bye.